afternoon and welcome back to beautiful Palm Springs Stadium in Palm Springs, California. I'm Josh Sperber and we have another great edition of California Winter League Baseball. I'm joined on the mic by Andres Tejeda. And Andres, we had a great game in the first edition of today's doubleheader. A close game for most of it, but it kind of turned ugly late in the game.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a pitching hiccup for the Bombers as they lose to the Palm Springs Power in a 7-0 shutout. It started off as a pitching duel between the two starting pitchers in the first two innings, and then kind of fell apart from there. But right now we got the Jacks against the A's, as the A's come in with being the only team that is winless, as there's a swinging strike for the first pitch of the game.
That's Travis McFarland at the plate, Roberto Baldonebro on the mound, and the Canada A's taking on the Oregon Lumberjacks. A's are looking for their first victory today, and they will do it with a lineup of Travis McFarland at first base, Adrian Pisana get behind him in left field, Aaron Ushery will bat third and play shortstop as Baldonebro kicks and deals the pitch. It's a breaking ball right over the heart of the plate for strike two. Finishing off the starting lineup, Travius Ford batting cleanup and playing in center field. Bajard Kimbrough will join him out in right and bat fifth. Antonio Carta, in a late switch by manager Paul Noji, will play at second base instead of his customary third and bat sixth. Jack Allen will be at the designated hitter spot and bat seventh. Pernell Chaplin will make his way over to the hot corner and bat eighth as Baldonebro's pitch is fouled away by McFarland. That'll go over the stands and out of play to keep the count at 0-2. Batting ninth and rounding out the order for the A's is Colton Traeger, and he will be the battery mate of Matt Jobs, who is making his second start for the Canada A's so far today. And the starting pitcher that they will be facing off against is Roberto Baldonebro, a guy who is also making his second start, this time for the Oregon Jacks. He was 1-0 with one start, 5 strikeouts in 3 innings pitched, still has yet to allow a hit as McFarland fouls that one away. The count is still 0-2.
Travis McFarland coming in his third game. He has yet to have a hit, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. He had a catcher's interference in yesterday's game and 2 at-bats. So McFarland trying to make some noise here.
Baldonebro on the hill, pitching exclusively from the stretch. 0-2 pitch, kicks and fires. And that is hit high in the air out to shallow center field. Tracking back to make the catch is the shortstop Ushery, who ends up towards the second base bag to squeeze for the first out.
So one quick out here. And I believe that's Russ, not Ushery, as Ushery's then been moved to the DH spot. As Pisana comes up for the A's.
Adrian Russ is the shortstop for the Jacks. Adrian Pisana at the plate, and the defensive lineup behind Roberto Baldonebro. Joining Adrian Russ is Danny Fontana at second base, Jesse Russo at third, Christian Kazemka at first, as Baldonebro's first pitch to Pisana is in there for a called strike one, catching the outside corner. Omar Ortiz Vasquez, the battery mate of Roberto Baldonebro, in the outfield behind him. Dontavius Dickey in left, Kane Ruiz in center, Killian Bloat out in right field. Baldonebro from the stretch towards Pisana. The 0-1 count, swing and a miss, strike two. Still no balls for Roberto Baldonebro. And he is taking the hill for his second start.
Baldonebro already has a win, winning on Friday against the Grizzlies. He pitched 3 innings and 5 strikeouts. ERA is at 0. Whip also at 0. Has not allowed a hit, run, or anything of that nature for his team.
0-2 pitch, fastball misses high to Pisana, count 1-2. First ball of the game so far for Baldonebro, who has been one of the more accurate pitchers so far in the Cal Winter League. Fastball, curveball, and changeup in his pitching arsenal. Pisana, Sonoma State University.
Yeah, Pisana's batting 200, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, and only a base hit in 3 games.
1-2 pitch, caught on a miss, strike 3. The first strikeout of the game for Roberto Baldonebro. Make that 6 for him so far in 2022. Now we'll bring up Aaron Ushery, the shortstop for the A's. Ushery, his first appearance at the plate so far today. Ushery is 1 for 7 on the year, 2 strikeouts, 1 run scored, playing in his 4th game. Manager Paul Nochi has done a great job switching the guys around, allowing everyone to get playing time as they all look to develop their game and sign that elusive pro contract. First pitch to Ushery is a breaking ball that catches the inside corner. 0-1 the count. And Baldonabro has been pinpoint accurate so far in this first inning.
And 9 pitches thus far, and he's got 2 outs, and he's ahead in the count 0-1.
From the stretch, Baldonabro raises his glove, kicks, fires, swing and a miss. Strike 2, Aaron Ushery could not catch up with the heat. So an 0-2 count, 2 away, as Baldonabro is quickly working through the top 3 players in the Canada A's order to start off this contest. 0-2 the count, 2 away, nobody out. Baldonabro from the stretch again. Calmly lowers his glove, raises, kicks and fires. Wave and a whiff, strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts swinging for Aaron Ushery. And that will do it for the first inning. The A's go down 1-2-3 in the top of the first with the Jacks coming up to bat. On the hill for the Canada A's, Matt Jobs, a tall lefty, something in short order. Mitch Singer, probably the tallest player in this league at 6'7", is not playing on this team tonight, playing on the Alberta Grizzly. Another tall lefty, 6'6", 210 pounds, is Matt Jobs, and he is taking the hill for the Canada A's tonight, looking to earn their first victory of the 2022 season in the California Winter League. The Tampa native, born on May 5th, 1997, is 0 for 1 with 3 innings pitched, walked 3, struck out 6, and allowed 4 hits with an ERA of 11.66, 5 earned runs. Opening day contest against the Bombers. Leading off for the Lumberjacks is Kadrian Russ playing at shortstop. As the first pitch to him from Jones is a breaking ball that just misses on the inside corner for ball 1. Following Russ in the batting order today for the Jacks, Dontavius Dickey, the left fielder, will bat second. Jesse Russo, signed by the New Jersey Jackals, batting third, and he is playing third base as Russ grounds it up the middle for the first base hit of the ballgame. Adrian Russ, a good piece of hitting, sends that right up the gut for the first hit and the first base runner of the contest.
Yeah, way to send it right back where it came from. Hard ground ball right through Jones all the way to Ford. And a leadoff hit to start the inning in the first inning for the Lumberjacks.
Exactly what the Jacks are looking for is Dontavius Dickey. He is going to head up to the plate. Russo behind him, as I mentioned, and batting cleanup is Christian Kazemka, one of the hottest hitters so far in the Cal Winter League. As the first pitch to Dickey misses outside, Cal 1-0. Kazemka is playing first. Killian Blow bats behind him in the 5 spot, playing in right field. Kane Ruiz in his customary center field spot will bat 6th. Omar Ortiz Vasquez back behind the plate as the runner goes. Swing and a miss for Dickey, and sliding into second base safely with another stolen base is Kadrian Russ. So the count is 1-1 on Dickey, but he now has a runner in scoring position, the speedy Kadrian Russ.
A great jump from Russ. Way to put the Jacks in a good situation here. You got a runner in scoring position. And as you said, Dickey's a pretty great batter here.
And continuing the batting order, Dickey has an RBI base hit already on the season as that one misses. A curveball going out to in from Matt Jobs, making it 2-1 on Dickey. Finishing off the Jacks lineup, Danny Fontana, the 19-year-old second baseman. He is going to bat 8th. And Jeremy McKenzie will bat DH and bat 9th. Pitch inside, and a quick throw to third base by Colton Traeger. The backstop holds on to Russ at second. So the count 3-1 to Dontavius Dickey. And we'll give you the defensive alignment after this pitch as Jobs is ready in his stretch. Looking in for the sign, putting the ball up in his glove, dealing from the stretch, and that hits Dickey. So 2 on already to start off the contest for the Oregon Lumberjacks. That brings up the number 3 hitter, Jesse Russo.
That's a paintball ball 4, and he's just got to walk it off here.
Rub some dirt on it.
Pretty sure they have ice.
Jesse Russo stepping up to the plate for the Jacks. He's 1 for 4 on the year with an RBI, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. He's got 2 runners on to start off the inning. Left-on-left matchup as Jobs leads in for the sign and prepares to pitch. Good speed on the base pass. The first pitch to fastball outside and will set the defense for the Canada A's. Colton Traeger's the battery mate of Matt Jobs behind the plate. Pernell Chaplin at third, Aaron Ushery at short, Antonio Carta making his first start at second base, Travis McFarland at first. As next pitch from Jobs, a curveball that slides around Russo over the heart of the plate for strike 1. In the outfield for the A's, Adrian Pizzana in left, Travius Ford in center, and DeJard Kimbrough out in right field. 1-1 the count as Russ is dancing around on second base, bringing Jobs off the mound. No pickoff attempt. And runners remain on first and second.
Yeah, Russ taking some large leaps there. If Jobs can catch him in midair, he might get him.
2-1 the count on Russo as the fastball misses high. Jesse Russo, one of the first signees, one of 7 guys who have signed an independent contract before the season began, who will be playing out close near Montclair State University with the New Jersey Jackals of the Frontier League.
Speaking of the Frontier League, some news out there. We'll give our thoughts on it, but new sudden death rules in the Frontier League when it comes to extra innings. We'll explain that in the next inning, but huge news.
A lot of changes coming in Major League Baseball. Some robot umps might be coming to AAA as well. Controversial topic as Jobs' slider misses outside to load up the bases for the first walk of the ballgame. So 3 different base runners reaching base 3 different ways to bring up the dangerous Christian Kazemka, leading all hitters on the Jacks with 5 hits and 8 at-bats, including a double, 3 runs scored, and an RBI. He has grounded into a double play, and I'm sure that Jobs and the A's would gladly trade 2 outs for 1 run, as Jobs has pitched himself into a jam to start off this contest. First pitch, a curveball, catching the outside corner to Kazemka, who has pitched himself today. One of the guys that isn't listed as a pitcher, but he came in the other day, the second game for the Jacks, and he threw 8 strikeouts. A hard ground ball hits Jobs on the leg. Scoring first base from third base is Russ. A poor throw by Pernell Chaplin lifts the first baseman off the bag and allows another run to score. So 2 score on that error by third baseman Pernell Chapman, and it's 2-0 Jacks.
And that was just a wacky play all around. Make sure that your infield is okay. 2 runs will score. We got runners on first and second.
Now batting, the right fielder.
So Jesse Russo at second base, Christian Kazemka at first with just one out. And Killian Bloat will take his first cuts at the plate after Colton Traeger returns to the backstop after having a little conversation with his pitcher, Matt Jones. Jones struggling with command a bit so far. A walk and a hit batsman.
Big exit velocity on that one. That came out at 97 miles an hour.
First pitch to Bloat is a breaking ball that misses low. Good block by Traeger to keep that in front of him and potentially advance both runners into scoring position.
Traeger doing a good job behind the plate to keep the ball in front.
Bloat still looking for his first hit, has been hit by a pitch and driven in a run, struck out once, stole a base. Still no walks or base hits. One walk for Bloat. He's got a 2-0 count on him with two runners on base. Still no one out in the inning. Job steals inside, just misses the arm of Killian Bloat. And there are 3 balls and no strikes. Once again, Jobs in danger of loading the bases.
Yeah, Jobs is keeping that inside part of the plate. That's where he wants to live, but if you can't locate it, it's a little dangerous.
Get me over fastball right down the pipe. And the first strike of the at-bat, and a 3-1 count to Killian Bloat. Jobs trying to work his way back in the count here. His fastball seems to be that recovery pitch for him. Looking like a two-seamer, maybe a little bit of cutting action on it. There's the fastball, but it's lined into right field for a base hit by Killian Bloat. Russo rounds third, the throw comes home. It's cut off by Chaplin, and it's an RBI single for Killian Bloat, and a 3-0 lead for the Jacks. Big start to the inning.
A great piece of hitting there for Bloat. Went for 3-0 to 3-1, and they're going to turn over this inning before any more damage can be done. So we'll be back here at Palm Springs Stadium after the break.
We're back at Palm Springs Stadium. Josh Berger, Andres Serreta, and the Canada A's down 3 in that first inning. Still no outs recorded for Matt Jobs. A full inning with a rollover, and Travius Ford leading things off for the A's.
Travius Ford batting .333. He's got 2 strikeouts, a walk, a run, and just a single to his name here in the first couple of games here.
Ford takes the first pitch of the inning from Baldonabro, a fastball high, count 1-0. Ford, one of the few players to just play one position. Usually see a lot of guys rotating all over the place, but Travius Ford entrenched in that center field spot due to his speed and range in the outfield. Baldonabro taking his time, the starter pitching exclusively from the stretch, kicks, deals, and gets Ford to miss on that breaking ball. A nasty pitch from the 24-year-old right-hander.
And these Canada A's need to find a way to get some batters on and around. Unfortunately, could not even get one single out in the bottom of the first inning, and that's the way it's going to go. They need to score some runs to stay in this game.
And already a relief pitcher warming up in the A's bullpen. That's Ben West. Hopefully we'll see some more round inning from Matt Jobs to try and wipe that first inning off his record. As that one ran inside on Ford, but the check swing kind of hurt him there. It knocked off his bat and towards the dugout to make it a 1-2 count.
It sounded like it maybe got a piece of his hands too. He shook him off a little bit.
1-2 the count to Ford. The center fielder out of Ahoshki, North Carolina. That's a hard one to pronounce. Two-time All-Conference player in the CACC. And it's a strike-looking. Baldonabro is just dealing 3 straight punch-outs for the right-hander, freezing Ford on the outside corner breaking ball.
A great pitch by Baldonabro. He's going to have a lot of success here. He continues to do that, especially the way the A's have been playing in the first couple of games.
And Desjard Kimbrough to the plate for the A's, playing in right field. Right on right matchup. Baldonabro taking his time in the stretch. Glove at the midsection, raises, kicks, deals. And that is hit on the ground on 2 bounces. Going to be fielded by Fontana at second base, but he could not get a glove on that one. So Desjard Kimbrough is the A's first base runner on the miscue by Fontana.
And Fontana let the ball play him and hit off the end of his, or the edge of his wrist, and goes all the way into center field. Got to be a little bit cleaner on those plays.
A difficult play for the 19-year-old, as Desjard Kimbrough is charged with a hit. So there goes the no-no in inning number 2 for Roberto Baldonabro. And that brings up Antonio Carta, primary third baseman, getting his first try at second. Off on the pitch, a great jump from Desjard Kimbrough, but a better throw from Ortiz Vasquez. Omar Ortiz Vasquez, a man with the fastest pop-up time among catchers, quickly eliminates the base running threat, and there are 2 away.
Absolutely, just a bullet from Vasquez behind the plate to Fontana with a quick tag, and that's how you fix it there, Fontana.
That's got to feel good for Roberto Baldonabro. He'll be tipping his cap to his catcher. 1-0 count on Corda. From the stretch, Baldonabro deals, catches the outside corner with a curveball, evening up the count at 1-1. Antonio Carta out of Livonia, Michigan. Played his professional ball at Michigan Dearborn University. Finished off his collegiate career with a gold glove in 2019 and an all-conference award his final season. Danny Fontana easily fields the 2-hopper and flips it to first base for the out. So it looks like a 1-2-3 inning. But one hit still comes across for the Canada A's. They remain down 3-0 with the Jacks coming up next. You're watching California Winter League Baseball. So a new pitcher already for the Canada A's after a tough first inning from Matt Jobs. It's Ben West making his third appearance, all relief appearance. 3 innings pitched for him so far on the year. 2 hits, 2 runs allowed, both of them earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The book will close on Matt Jones. He did not get through an inning, failing to record an out in that rolled over first, but is in line for the loss. 2 hits, 3 runs, just 1 of them earned. 1 walk and 1 hit batsman did not record a single out. First pitch from West is a breaking ball inside to Kane Ruiz, who is going to make his first appearance on the day. Ruiz, another guy who's played mostly in center field, able to flash the leather all throughout the outfield as he sends that ball out of play into the batting cages down the right field line. Count even up at 1-1.
He's batting at 200 average, only 1 hit and 5 at-bats. He has a run and struck out once.
Kane Russo, a New York guy at Mercy College. As Ruiz takes the pitch, breaking ball on the outside part of the plate, but really closer to the batter's box. Opposite Ruiz. Count 2-1 to him. Gold Glover, honorable mention, all-conference guy at Mercy, Division II school out in Dobbs Ferry, New York. Actually, my first job in sports as well was with the Mavericks. As Ruiz drills that into left field, on the run is Pizzana, and he will just make the drop. It looked like he caught that for a second.
Yeah, he did catch it, yeah. It was a shoestring catch. He did a basket catch right around the top of his laces. And, gotta be careful out there.
I thought for a second that ball bounced on the ground. A nice play by Adrian Pizzana to get the first out of the game for the Canada A's. And that brings up the catcher Omar Ortiz Vasquez, who has the early candidate for defensive play of the game. An absolute bullet in that last inning to catch the speedy Desjard Kimbrough.
Vasquez batting .333. In 3 at-bats, he's got 1 hit, the double, RBI double in the first game. Scored twice, but since then has been hitless.
Ortiz Vasquez has so far played at 3 different positions. He pitched, played at third, and is catching once again. Ushery trailing back towards the third base line to make the easy grab on the pop out from Ortiz Vasquez. 2 away now as Ben West has quieted down this Jacks offense. It started off the game scorching out.
Ben West has only pitched 6 pitches and already threw 2 outs. Very opposite appearances from Ben West to his counterpart Matt Jobs. West pitching about 50% of strikes in the few pitches he has thrown.
The Lake Geneva, Wisconsin native Danny Fontana making his first at-bats. One of the younger players in the California Winter League, just one of 2 guys under 20 years old at 19. Popped high into the air in foul territory, running towards the dugout, and sliding to make the catch is Traeger, but he does not come up with it. Purnell Chaplin, Ben West also in the area for the A's. Ends up being a harmless foul ball, 1-1 the count.
I don't know about harmless. The Jacks were scattering out of the dugout there.
No one got hit. Just saying. So 1-1 the count to Fontana. A tough start at the plate for the Jacks.
Hasn't recorded a hit yet. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out in 2 at-bats. He's played in 3 games. Didn't record an at-bat as he got hit by the pitch, as that's a weird chop at the pitch there for a strike.
And Fontana chops at that. One of those got around too soon. Makes it 1-2. West getting Fontana to chase there. Great rebound inning after the A's got out to a 3-0 deficit. Breaking ball, wave and a whiff. Danny Fontana couldn't catch up with it. Changing speeds is Ben West, and he ends off the inning with the first strikeout of the game for A's pitching. So no runs, no hits, no one left as the Jacks go down 1-2-3. It's 3-0 after 2. Welcome back to California Winter League Baseball here at Palm Springs Stadium. Canada A's looking to come back here, down 3-0 in the early going. And the designated hitter, Jack Allen, will make his third appearance for the A's so far this season. 4 at-bats in this time. 2 hits, 1 RBI, and 1 strikeout. So a good start to the season for the middle infielder who is moonlighting as a DH tonight. Breaking ball from Baldonado, cuts a bit too much inside, count 1-0. Allen also able to pitch, only able to get two-thirds of an inning, 4 walks, 1 hit allowed. 1.5 ERA. As he allowed 3 earned runs in the 8-2 loss against the Grizzlies on Saturday.
We'll have to see how Jobs does against Baldonado. He's absolutely dominating right now in this game.
The 1-1. Baldonado hangs the curveball right on the outside corner. His breaking stuff is on today.
Yeah, beautiful, just like break on the curveballs and the sliders here. Let's see what the put-away pitch is going to be here. I'm thinking fastball inside.
A 12-6 drop on that hammer curve from Baldonado, who deals the 1-2. Fastball high. That misses. Count evens up at 2-2. Had a conversation with Joe Scambo-Lurie, the winner yesterday for the Power. Did not pitch today, but had a great outing yesterday and mentioned that he usually likes to go with breaking pitches, but the coaches here, particularly the pitching coordinator, Cam Roth, are trying to get these guys to use their fastball as the strikeout pitch, just like Baldonado does there, getting Allen to cut and miss on a 2-2 fastball. That is strikeout number 4 already for the right-hander.
He went right back with the fastball high, not as far outside, but was enough to bait the batter for strike 3.
Pernell Chaplin will step up to the plate, big power hitter, corner infielder for the A's, gets his first cuts of the day as Baldonado is on fire, looking for a second 1-2-3 inning. Good start for him as the changeup hits the outside corner, count 0-1 to Chaplin.
Chaplin's got 4 hits in the league. He's got 3 singles and a double and 3 RBIs, only 1 strikeout.
The 0-1. Up high in the air in foul territory. Omar Ortiz Vasquez looking for it, leaping, and he bends himself in half to make the catch. What a play as Ortiz Vasquez is putting on a clinic in the field.
My goodness, that was an acrobatic, just bending over backwards near the dugout of the A's, putting on a show for him.
What a gymnastic move by Ortiz Vasquez to get that second out. And now his fellow catcher will head up to the plate. Colton Traeger, 0 for 5 on the year, 4 strikeouts. Looking to find something at the plate against Baldonado. He is working well from the stretch, and here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that falls out of the glove of Ortiz Vasquez, ball 1. Mostly first pitch strikes through these first 9 hitters from Baldonado. He is getting helped out by his defense as well. Some great plays by Ortiz Vasquez, especially that helped the Jacks limit any kind of opportunities for the Canada A's. 1-0 pitch, misses high, count 2-0. Upstairs fastball on Colton Traeger. Roosevelt University graduate. His dad tried out for the Cincinnati Reds, played baseball in college as well. As he hammers that one into deep center field, slipping is Ruiz. He's looking up for it, trying to find it. It's going to one-hop the wall. Traeger stands up in second for a double, and he's chugging for third. The throw by Ruiz is cut off, and it's a stand-up triple for Colton Traeger. How about that for your first hit of the season?
And that was ripped all the way down to the base of the wall, bouncing on the warning track. And Ruiz on his horse, as you said, he slipped up and he had to chase that ball all the way down about 400 feet.
Slipping up or not, doesn't look like Ruiz had a chance at that one. That was one of the hardest hit balls. And and one of the longest hit balls of the season so far. Hopefully we'll get the stats on that from FlightScope.
Well, I'm excited to see that.
Resets. Travis McFarland 0 for 1 on the day, as is the rest of the class pretty much, is just 2 hits allowed by Baldonebro. 1-0 the count to him. This is the first runner in scoring position for the A's. They're looking to capitalize on that massive 2-out triple by Colt Traeger. Baldonebro kicks and fires. Fastball catching the outside corner, evening the count up at 1-1.
And that's not a cheap hit off of Baldonebro. That was a solid hit, and I'm sure Baldonebro is not happy about it, but accepting of the result.
You never like giving up a big hit like that, but Baldonebro still pitching a great game so far, as the 1-1 pitch is a curveball that is at the head of McFarland over the center of the plate, though. 2-1 the count. McFarland, 26 years old, out of Clark University. Has some playing experience in the USPBL. Getting his first hacks in the CWL this season. 2-1 pitch is sliced foul into the netting by McFarland. And their deuces wild on the scoreboard now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And Colton Traeger 90 feet from home plate, and what would be the A's first run of the game. McFarland's got some power. And he's looking to just poke the ball into the outfield. The 2-2 pitch for Baldonebro. Caught on a miss, strike 3. And Roberto Baldonebro with some big-time pitching, a runner on third. And Travis McFarland will not reach base. But a runner stranded on the bag. And the A's get their second hit of the day through 2.5. The Oregon Lumberjacks lead 1-0. Jeremy McKenzie will lead off the bottom of the third inning, designated hitter for the Jacks today. State champion back in high school, Richland Hills, Texas. Connected on and lofted high in the air, but foul. Then will leave the stadium for strike 1. McKenzie in his third game with the Jacks this season. First time he is playing at the DH spot. 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts on the year.
That elusive first hit is teaming here.
Hit on the ground, right to Chaplin. A bobble at third base, but he fires across the diamond to McFarland, who makes the squeeze for out number 1. So good contact from McKenzie, but for now Chaplin did a better job fielding it. Reset the order for the Jacks. The speedy Adrian Russ, who led off a barrage of 2 hits in that first inning. 5 straight batters reaching base. giving the Jacks their 3-0 lead. He scored the first run, stole the first base, and got the first hit as the Jacks leadoff man.
A huge ground ball up the middle as well. Sending it right back. Sending it right back where it came from. As you said, starting off the scoring barrage for the Jacks.
0-1 the count to Russ. West deals. I don't know who that hit off of. Maybe the leg guard of Traeger. But it's fouled away by Russ. 0-2 the count. His first time facing West today. He was one of the 5 players to face Matt Jobs, the left-hander, in that first inning. A dominant performance at the plate by the Lumberjacks. 0-2 count now for Russ. First time any Jack player has seen an 0-2 count. Hit on the ground to Ushery at short. Takes it on a tricky hop. A high throw, but catchable. And the play made by McFarland for the second out.
Good on Ushery to play the ball there on that weird bounce. Could have brought the throw down a little bit, but still good put out there.
That'll bring up Dontavius Dickey. No official at bat yet. Was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Dickey out in left field today. Curveball from West is connected on, and a high pop-up over the second base area. Antonio Carta camps under it, makes the catch, and that will do it. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Jacks. They haven't recorded a hit since that first inning. They still lead 3-0 through 3 innings. So wholesale defensive changes, except for the battery mates on the mound and behind the plate. As Roberto Baldonebro will pitch to Adrian Pisani. Swing and a miss for a piece, strike one. Couldn't get in front of that fastball, and we'll get into a new defensive alignment for the Oregon Lumberjacks. As I mentioned, the pitcher and catcher, only players who remain the same. Greg Vaughn Jr. in left, Chris Baker in center, and Drew Thomas in right, as the next pitch is another swing and a miss from Pisani. 0-2 the count to him. And now the infield. Nick Gimbalvo at first base. Spencer Kean is at second, moving Danny Fontana over to third. And Adrian Sanchez is playing the shortstop for the Jacks. 0-2 pitch from Baldonebro. Just catches the outside corner. Got him looking, strike three. Baldonebro is on fire. 2 straight strikeouts for him. And that gives him 6 on the day.
Batting.
6 strikeouts on 2 hits and 3 in the third innings pitch, with a comfortable 3-0 lead here at the top of the 4th inning as he goes on to face Aaron Ushery.
Another strikeout victim of Baldonebro steps up to the plate. 4 strikeouts swinging, 2 looking for the right-hander. First pitch of the at-bat is a fastball that misses outside, count 1-0. Ushery from Riverdale, Georgia. Played his college ball at Bruton Parker College. Also played some independent ball in Puerto Rico. 1-0 the count to him. Baldonebro from the stretch deals. Foul tipped right back into the netting. That makes it 1-1.
The A's are going to have a hard time trying to get into the win column when that Baldonebro on the mound doing as well as he has. Again, only team that has yet to win a game here in Palm Springs at the California Winter League. They need something to change here.
1-1 the count to Ushery. Baldonebro kicks and deals. Fastball high. That's going to miss to make it a 2-1 count. Nobody on, 1 out. 2-1 Ushery. Able to play in the infield and the outfield. Primarily a middle infielder and a center fielder. Breaking ball inside. Ushery trying to dodge that. And looking to become the first walk on the resume of Roberto Baldonebro, not just today, but in his 2 starts.
And that last pitch broke really well despite being a ball. Great placement there.
The 3-1. Fastball fouled back. It's going to go over the press box and out of the stadium. Count fills up for Ushery. First full count of the ball game. Baldonebro not having to do a lot of work. Not having to work too hard, I should say, against the Canada A's so far. He is pitching quite well. Struck out 6 of now 12 batters that he's faced.
There's only 41 pitches in. Could go all the way to 5 or 6 innings here.
The payoff pitch. Check swing, grounded right back to the pitcher. Scooped up by Baldonebro to flip to first. Gets the second out.
Yeah, weird check swing there from Ushery. Baldonebro hops off the mound and fires to first for another quick out, number 2.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Travis Fuller, who led off the second inning with a strikeout, looking first such strikeout for Roberto Baldonebro. Great outing so far, a guy that manager Jimmy Johnson had a lot of praise for before this game. First pitch to Ford coming from Baldonebro. He's up in his stretch. Raises the glove, kicks, deals, fastball connected on by Ford on the first pitch. Couple of steps in for the right fielder, Drew Thomas, and he gets his first putout to end off the inning. So down go the A's, 1, 2, and 3. We are halfway home here in the middle of the 4th inning. 3.5 innings have gone by, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Jacks.
Russo.
Jesse Russo out of the field, but into the batter's box right now. Right on left matchup with Ben West to kick off this fourth inning. Going to give him another at bat after he walked and scored back in the first. First pitch of the bottom half of the fourth inning. Misses outside on the fastball. 0-1 the count. Ben West has had a quiet outing so far. 2-1-2-3 innings. Only one strikeout, but getting the job done from the pen. As that one's in there to Russo for strike one. Great job by West so far in relief. Definitely can go a couple of innings more as the Jacks bullpen is beginning to have some action. 2-1 the count to Russo as the fastball misses upstairs.
Just around 70% of West's pitchers are falling in for strikes.
That not included. 3-1 the count on Russo, who might be on base with a walk for the second time. Jake Lucci, really the walk streak king so far, had 5 straight at-bats, turned into walks yesterday as Russo pops that up to Aaron Ushery, loses it in the sun, and that's going to fall in no man's land in between Ushery and the left fielder and Travius Ford, who came in from center field to try and make that play. Ushery could not find that in the sunlight, and they were going to give that a single for Jesse Russo. So a base hit for Russo, his second of the season so far, and the first in what promises to be a long slate of pinch hitters will come up as Danny Fontana is going to come on to pinch run for Russo.
Now batting, number 6, Nick
Jimbalvo will replace Christian Kazemka, who was 0 for 1, reaching on an error. Didn't see a lot of pinch runners so far, but Russo wanting to get another at-bat and making it count with the base hit. So Fontana will pinch run for him. Jimbalvo will pinch hit for Kazemka. He came in at first base in the last inning as a pickoff attempt narrowly misses, sending Fontana right back to the dugout.
I thought he got him there.
Close call, but the first base umpire says that Fontana will have to stick on base. It's been an aggressive base running league, so the pitchers are adapting accordingly. West taking a look homeward, sent the first pitch to Jimbalvo, which catches the outside corner for strike one. Jimbalvo 0 for 4 on the year. 1 run scored, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. So every time he's reached base, he's scored. They're looking to continue that and grow the Jacks' lead with a runner on and no one out. Pitch out on Jimbalvo, so the catcher Traeger can fire back to first base, but Fontana slides in safely. 1-1 the count to Jimbalvo. Another thing we haven't seen a lot of is pitch outs. A lot of pickup moves.
Yeah, but Traeger, strong arm behind the plate, trying to keep Fontana from taking a very wide lead as West takes a peek over.
Fontana's lead is widening. Takes a step towards second base as the offer comes to Jimbalvo, who lofts it high in the air towards the Jacks bullpen, and they'll end up falling into the stands for strike number 2.
Chaplin was on his horse. The dreads were flying. Trying to make a play on that foul ball that just goes out of play.
We'll see who's in the bullpen for the Jacks, but until then, it's 1-2 to Nick Jimbalvo. Michael Bono in the pen for the Lumberjacks, former player in the Cincinnati Reds organization. The pitch is grounded right to second base, scooped up, thrown to Ushery for 1. Quick throw to first, and he gets him in time for the double play. Beautiful turn by Aaron Ushery. Quick release and a quick 2 outs.
Way to play it. Carta to Ushery to McFarland, and there you go. That error from Ushery is no more as he finds a way to return the favor and get both outs.
Drew Thomas.
So Aaron Ushery makes up for losing that one in the sun, and now Drew Thomas will pinch hit for Killian Bloat.
Drew Thomas is going to take strike 1 as I try to pull up his league stats here. He's batting .500. He's got 3 singles, an RBI, and 6 at-bats, and a walk.
Move more into the outfield as he swings and misses at a breaking ball. Way out in front of that, looking for something harder from Ben West. Thomas began the season playing at third base, but has moved primarily to right field. Played in left as well. Hit on the ground, foul. Jimmy Johnson almost made a nice play without a glove, coaching third base there. 1-0-2 is still the count on Tana. Utility guy, corner infield and outfield. Coppin State University. Chicago guy, just like my broadcast partner here, as it's hit deep into center field. Tracking into right center to make the catch is Travius Ford, and that will do it for the inning. A double play and a fly ball end off the 4th inning. The Jacks haven't scored since the 1st, but their 3 runs separate them from the Canada A's. 3-0 after 4 in favor of the Jacks. Michael Bono, the new pitcher for the A's, and pinch hitter for the A's now, as Bono is in for the Jacks. DeJard Kimbrough will be replaced by Tavis Brunson. Brunson able to hold up the swing. Appeal to the base umpire says it's ball 1.
Yeah, Brunson's got that unique bat looking like some tiger stripes around it. We still haven't talked to him yet, but I want to know why so many stripes.
I want to know what the stripes are. I mean, it looks like tape, but I've never seen tape on the barrel of a bat before.
I've also never seen a painted bat look like that before either.
Definitely a unique look, as it's 2-0 to Brunson now. Expect to see a couple more pinch hit changes from Paul Noce and the A's. As Brunson cuts on and misses at the breaking ball, 2-1 the count. First strike of the day for Matt Bono. And Eddie McCabe is on deck.
His bat reminds me of those wacky bats you'll see in MLB The Show. Just so many weird designs, and I haven't really seen one in real life like this.
And that fastball just catches the outside corner. Even up the count 2-2 on Brunson. So Michael Bono, the right-hander, drafted by the Reds in 2017, a 32nd round pick out of Santa Clara University. Fastball, curveball, and changeup are his offerings, and he offers a fastball to Brunson, who can't catch up to it. Swing and a miss, one batter faced, one strikeout for Michael Bono.
He swung out of his shoes there. That was a big league hack right there.
Number 15,
Another pinch hitter.
Eddie McCabe.
Eddie McCabe pinch hitting for Antonio Carta, who was 0 for 1. McCabe making his 6th at bat on the season. He's 2 for 6 with a double, 1 strikeout. First pitch to him, he fouls away. Count 0-1.
I'm thinking, still focused on that bat from Tavis Brunson. I think the other crazy bats I've seen were from the big Little League game. I forget who had the bat that looked like a Crayola crayon, bright yellow.
That's a good one.
Ooh, look out.
And a high fastball slips out of the hands of Bono, going behind McCabe there. I think that's a ball. Not too sure.
Another one of my favorite bets I've seen when the Pirates and Cubs played in a Little League game there. Former Cub Anthony Rizzo had a bat with the Chicago flag on it, all 4 red stars across. And you mentioned in the last inning, you know, Chicagoans, we pride ourselves where we come from.
As I think you should with any big
Yeah.
city. I certainly do that with New York City.
Mhm.
I grew up just outside of there.
We got to have some point in the season we have to talk about pizza.
There's no discussion. New York pizza's better.
I don't know about that. I'm not too sure. I like a pizza with some structure. I want it flopping all over my plate.
Then you haven't had good pizza. And you haven't folded it. That's the proper way to eat New York pizzas. McCabe fouls that away. 1-2 the count to him. I do love a good deep dish, though. I will say that. It is something.
I've never had the chance to go out east. Closest I've ever been to out east is probably Philly. But
Yeah,
I definitely will. I would definitely will if I ever am in New York. I'll probably have to visit you out there sometime if you're back
100%.
there. And we'll get a slice of pizza.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not opposed to pizza of any form.
Nor should you be. I don't think I'd let you on the broadcast if you were. Hammer it out down the right field line and foul, going over the bullpen and into the right field batting cages. Kyle Armsworthy, the Nova Scotian sidewinder, is warming up in the pen for the A's. 1-2 the count remains the case to Eddie McCabe as Bono gets up in his stretch. Kicks and fires. Hit on the ground, right back up the middle, and that bounces past Bono. Fielded by the shortstop on a bounce, stopped by Giambalvo, but safely running into first base is Eddie McCabe for the base hit. A great play by the shortstop, Adrian Sanchez. I thought that was destined for the center fielder, Baker, but still a base hit for McCabe.
The ball definitely went to center field, but Sanchez showing off the range. Whether or not he makes the play at first for the out, it was an accurate throw on a bounce. That's definitely going to catch some eyes.
And Colton Kendrick is up to the plate, pinch hitting for Jack Out, the designated hitter. His last game, he was hitless, but did play the entire game as the DH. Former Minnesota Twins draft pick. Playing with that Happy League championship team in 2017 that featured the likes of Akil Baddoo and Brusdar Gratterall.
Got the Elizabethton twins out there?
That it was.
Yep.
That was our trivia question that Andres just ruined for you guys.
Oh, no.
Yell at him. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. I come from the Twins organization. That's literally where I got my big break.
0-1 pitch to Kendrick is inside. Count evens up at 1-1. We have fun here in the broadcast booth. The only time we say something serious is when we're talking about the game.
Yep.
1-1 the count to Kendrick. 1 on, 1 out. McCabe has some speed at first base. Taking a short lead off of the bag, Jimbalvo ready for that pickoff move. Quick blast to first from Bono, offers the fastball home. That clips the outside corner, making it 1-2.
A little bit of a delayed call there behind the plate, but nonetheless a strike. Only player I can think of from the big leagues who's come from any of these organizations outside of the Braves right-handed pitcher winning the World Series, Madsick, is Randy Dobnik of the USPCBL, the Unicorns. Got to talk to him in my time with the Twins as a throw over to first. Safe.
So Kendrick strikes out swinging on the Bono fastball. He is really sticking to that heater. And 2 straight Ks at this DH spot. That will bring up another pinch hitter in Chris O'Neill.
So the A's are going with a completely different approach here, trying to get some bats to wake up, but the Lumberjacks are shutting them down with everything they got.
And it has been a pitcher's duel since Matt Jobs exited the game in the first. No official innings pitched for him, as Bono offers the pitch, a fastball inside to Jones, but catching the corner for strike 1.
Remember that big story going out for Dobnik. Had a tough year this year. A lot of issues with injuries for that Twins team, unfortunately.
0-1 the count. Bono now looking at first base, sends the fastball right over the plate to O'Neill, who cuts and misses for strike 2.
I think O'Neill decided to swing as the pitch was coming. He wasn't anticipating it. Swung pretty late and pretty forcefully there.
I don't know if he was looking for the heater, but was well behind that. 0-2, 2 outs. Bono looking to strike out the side. From the stretch, kicks and fires, fouled away, and that's into the netting. The count will remain 0-2. Could see Eddie McCabe running on the 0-2 pitch. Usually it's 3-2 where the guys will run. But we've seen more aggressive base running from just about everyone in this league so far. 0-2 the pitch on a beautiful, crisp and clear 72-degree day here at Palm Springs Stadium.
It's absolutely beautiful out here.
The 0-2, fastball misses high, count 1-2. We have seen a whole lot of fastballs and not much else from Michael Bono. He is pumping them in there. 1-2 the count on O'Neill. 2 away, 1 runner on. Bono deals. There's a curveball, and there's strike 3, freezing O'Neill on the change of speeds. And Michael Bono strikes out the side after allowing the first hit. So no runs, 1 left on 1 hit. And that will do it for the top half, or the bottom, I should say, of the 5th inning. Half, it's 3-0 Giants. Bottom of the fifth inning here. Chris Baker pinch hitting for Kane Ruiz to lead things off for the Jacks. They hold a 3-0 lead without a run being scored since the first inning. Kyle Armsworthy, the Canadian sidewinder, sends the first pitch, a breaking ball looking like a slider, to the left-handed batter, Chris Baker. Armsworthy, not the only new addition for the A's. We're going to set their defensive lineup after the Nova Scotian quickly works and gets the breaking ball in there for strike two, fooling Baker. And we're going to take a look at the new defensive alignment. New outfield, Aaron Ushery moving from shortstop to left, Messiah Fukuda in center, and Tavis Brunson in right. Baker drills it foul, skipping into the bullpen on the right-hand side, where the A's pitchers warm up. The count remains 0-2. In the infield, Walker Paz replaces Ussery at short, Chris O'Neill to third, Eddie McCabe at second, and Colton Kendrick in first base. Hit on the ground, right to McCabe at second base, bobbles it. He's going to get it in the outfield, and Chris Baker is on first with an error.
And that ball laid up McCabe out in short left field, or right field, apologies. So leadoff hitter or leadoff runner for the Jacks.
That is a crucial error. The first of the game for the A's. And that will bring up Omar Ortiz Vasquez. This one is drilled, but right at the right fielder, Tavis Brunson, short run forward to make the grab for out number one.
Ortiz goes first pitch swinging and quick out after the quick batter to get on base, and Baker.
That'll bring up Danny Fontana, who has moved over to second base after starting, or moved over to third base after starting at second. He struck out swinging in his first at bat, the first strikeout victim of A's pitching. It was Ben West who finished things up. I'm going to give you the book on him soon. As Armsworthy sends that in. It's drilled in the left field. Two straight hitters going on the first pitch, and the catch made by Aaron Ushery for the second out.
Really quick, and on the book on Ben West, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit and 1 strikeout, 29 pitches. Armsworthy making quick work here. Every pitch thus far has been called for a strike or swung on in play.
And the runner goes to second base, and Baker goes in standing up. What a jump from Chris Baker. That's ball one to the leadoff hitter for the Jacks.
Good on Traeger to get the ball on the bounce. It bounced about a foot in front of home plate, and he still was able to get it relatively close. And when I say close, when he was able to get the ball over there as Baker was finally walking into second.
And Spencer Keon cuts and miss on the breaking ball from Armsworthy. Runner on second, though, is Baker. A threat still looming for the Jacks with 2 outs. Slider misses outside. Count makes it 2-1. And on deck for the Jacks is a new batter as well. The 2-1 count is ready to Kean. That's Andres Mendoza, who should slide into the DH spot. As the breaking ball catches the outside corner to even up the count 2-2 on Kean. Armsworthy looks in for the side, back into his stretch, taking a peek at Baker at second base, sends in the breaking ball, and Kean can't touch it. Wave and a whiff, strike 3, and Kyle Armsworthy with a strong first inning of work, ending off the Jacks in the 5th. We are still scoreless since the first inning, but 3 runs came by in the Jacks then, and the Oregon Lumberjacks have a 3-0 lead after 5. Top of the 6th inning, the A's still looking for their first run. The Jacks looking for their first shutout. It's Michael Bono on the hill with 3 strikeouts in the last inning. And now a slew of pinch hitters will come up for the A's. Walker Paz takes the first pitch, high for ball 1. And Paz, one of the best all-around players so far for the A's. 3 for 7 on the year as he sends that one foul. Count 1-1. Paz 3 for 7 on the year. 1 run scored, a double and 3 RBIs, 2 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases in 3 games. Fields a good shortstop as well. Bono, the 1-1. Inside, count 2-1. Fastball from Bono. Love to see the percentage of his pitches. You got to think it's pretty high towards that fastball.
He's thrown about 75% of strikes. Not sure how many of those are fastballs, but it's slowly going down with these last three pitches here, all missing for balls.
And that one misses away. Count 3-1. Bono in danger of walking the leadoff man. As Connor Donahue is in the on-deck circle. And Walker Paz will walk on to first base. 5-pitch walk for the South Dakota native. That'll bring up the catcher, Connor Donahue.
Now batting, number 36, Connor
Mentioned at the top of the
Donahue.
broadcast, the Frontier League making some noise today. New sudden death extra inning rules. They previously had the home run derby. And here are some of the main points. The first inning past regulation, we played under normal international tiebreaker rules. You'll have a runner at first, as this one's missed on a swing. Then it'll go, if it's still tied after 1 inning, basically going past the 10th inning, the new sudden death format will take place. The home team will decide if they want to play on offense or defense. Offensive team will start the half inning with a runner on first and no outs, but if a run scores and before 3 outs are recorded, the offensive team will win the game. However, if the team on the bump defensively is able to shut down the home team, then the road team would win. So unique rule changes.
I don't think that's a rule that should be changes. It's a 1-1 count to Bono. Runner goes. Paz heading to second. Pitch is a ball. Throw is high. And Paz is in there safely anyway with his 3rd stolen base of the season.
Paz taking as many bases as he can.
2-1 the count to him. And I think just normal extra innings are completely fine. It gives both teams a clear chance to score another run, win it the right way. But I think they just wanted to make some noise after the whole overtime controversy in the NFL. After Omar Ortiz Vasquez now will have a chat with Michael Bono at the mound.
Yeah, I think that's the new debate in most sports is overtime rules. We saw the change in the National League Hockey, where they went from 5 players to just 3 in overtime. And we saw it with football, and then recently with the new COVID outbreak, or even before the COVID outbreak, the runner at second in Major League Baseball. So overtime is becoming a hot topic in sports.
And that rule might not be in effect for the 2022 MLB season, which hopefully some more headway was made in the negotiations between the MLBPA and the owners.
I saw an update on Twitter from Jeff Passons with a little bit of breakdown there. I'll see if I can find and mention at some point in the broadcast, but no deal made yet.
Well, hurry up because it's the top of the 6th. Nobody out. 3-1 the count. A runner in scoring position for just the 2nd time for the A's. Donahue waves and misses, filling up the count at 3-2. As the A's still look for that elusive first run. And there's going to be another pinch hitter on deck for Canada. That is Messiah Fukuta. Timeout called as Donahue steps out of the box. Don't take a timeout from our California Winter League coverage. We'll be doing 2 games a day, almost every day until the Super Bowl, and then a couple of playoff games on the 14th and 15th of February. Visit the broadcast website on CaliforniaWinterLeague.com and click Watch Live to our YouTube channel, or go to our YouTube channel, the California Winter League. Donahue heads to first base with the walk, so 2 straight free passes dealt by Michael Bono. 2 runners on and nobody out for Messiah Fukuta, who gets his first at-bat playing out in center field, replacing Adrian Pizzana in the lineup and Travius Ford in the field. Getting tongue-tied today as Bono sends that fastball inside, tying up Fukuta, making it an 0-1 count.
So here are some of the takeaways from the meetings. Major League Baseball has accepted parameters of pre-arbitration bonus pool for top 30 wins above replacement. MLPA seeking $105 million, and the league offered only $10 million. Major League Baseball offered a minimum raise of $615,000, and MLBPA wanted $775,000. And then the final point: Major League Baseball withdrew an offer to change arbitration structure. The main takeaway: the pre-arbitration bonus pool gets the best young players paid more. Players wanted it; it's a good thing. Players are laughing, unfortunately, at that $10 million offer. It's too low, and negotiations will eventually change that.
Hit on the ground, but foul by Fukuta. That keeps the count at 0-2. It seems like negotiations are moving along, and I'd be hard-pressed to imagine that baseball would look to delay the season any more than it was after that 2020 season started in August due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, the COVID-19 took a toll on everybody, especially in sports. I think we saw it when it was sweeping in the nation, that basketball game that was canceled when one player had it, and I can imagine the fans were a little nervous there. This one's hit foul. I remember being in college at the University of St. Thomas, thinking, heard about this thing in some foreign country. We've seen other pandemics happen, like Ebola and the swine flu, but never really hitting the country, but like COVID has.
Yeah, the swine flu, I remember pretty well, and Ebola, both dealt with pretty quickly. You know, a couple got people wore masks at the airport, but did not spread the way COVID unfortunately has. 0-2 from Bono. Fukuta checks his swing. Appeal to the first base umpire, says that he did go around. And there's a strikeout. Big strikeout for Michael Bono as Fukuta is sent back to the dugout.
That was a weird call. I'm not sure if he did ask for an appeal. I think the home plate umpire just called him out.
I saw it point towards first base, but the bases umpire is
At second.
for the short, yeah. Anyway, there's one away. Everyone, 3 strikeouts in the 2-hole for the A's, 1 for Fukuta. 4th strikeout of the day for Michael Bono. And now Aaron Ushery, the shortstop turned left fielder, is up at the plate as Bono's fastball catches the outside corner. Count is 0-1. Ushery 0 for 2 on the day, struck out and grounded out. Back to the pitcher, that one check swing ground out. That was fielded by Michael Bono.
Michael Bono got runners on first and second. Honestly, the biggest challenge he's had thus far in the game.
Yeah, he had a runner on first after the base hit last inning, which he responded to by striking out the next 2 batters, Colton Kendrick and Chris O'Neill. That'll be a new batter in the on-deck circle. That's Collier Rutledge, who has taken some practice acts. 1-1 to Ushery. Slice foul back into the netting. Count 1-2.
These games are moving along as we're hitting the 2 o'clock hour here in the Pacific time zone.
1-2 the count. Aaron Ushery in the box. He's got 2 on. Bono deals. Good frame job by Omar Ortiz Vasquez. That looked a little low, but it was a called strike 3 on Ushery. So Bono pitching great in the clutch with 2 runners on. He struck out the last 2.
And not only a little low, but a little outside as well.
Collier Rutledge.
Regardless, it's a market of a strikeout for Bono.
So Collier Rutledge will get his first hacks of the game in a tough situation. 2 on, 2 out. But still a chance to put the A's on the board here. Bono sends the fastball high. Ortiz Vasquez threatening pause at second base, holding on to the throw. 1-0 the count to Rutledge, who on the season is 0 for 2 in 3 games, 4 walks though. So a guy who can get on base, that might help him. 2-0 the count. Good hitters count for Collier Rutledge.
There's a time called, and Ortiz is going to make a little trot back to the mound again.
So for those listening today, make sure to listen again tomorrow. Similar start times. The Jacks will lead off the slate and face the Alberta Grizzly, rematch of the opening game. And then the A's will take on the Palm Springs Chill. On one of those broadcasts, we're going to have a special guest, a former Major League Baseball player, 2-time All-Star World Series champion. We'll let you guess who that is, or take a gander on tomorrow's broadcast to find out who will be joining us here in the booth.
Can we add what league he's in?
No. I've given all the hints that I feel like giving.
I feel like most players who win a World Series are all-stars.
Well, that's going to make it harder for fans to guess. That's kind of the point there, I guess. I'm a sneaky man, what can I say? 3-0 the count to Rutledge. And Bono sends the fastball wide of the plate, and that will load up the bases.
So JJ's going to take a walk to the mound and talk to Michael Bono for a minute. No one really
There's
in the
Jimmy
bullpen.
Johnson. He's going to come up to the mound. Doesn't need umpire to stop the game. I think he's just up there to calm his pitcher down. Bono, a guy with minor league experience, pitched a year in the Red system. He was drafted back in 2017.
I think JJ was waving off Sanchez coming in, but yeah, the umpire took a step back too.
Maybe he wanted the umpire to come in for a second. Who knows? Davis Brunson will be the next batter as Johnson will head back to the dugout. A guy with a lot of experience in baseball. I first met him, he had a big old 96 championship ring on for the New York
Now
Yankees.
batting, number 22,
Gorgeous ring
Davis
and
Brunson.
just brings me back. That 90s Yankees team,
Mm-hmm.
one of the greatest baseball dynasties in the history of the major leagues. Such a big part of my growing up and my baseball fandom as a young kid out of New York.
Yep.
Tavis Brunson's got a big chance for the A's with the bases jacked. And he fouls the first pitch off. Found that Bono fastball, but sent it into the netting to make it an 0-1 count.
Bono's got about 3 walks thus far on 5 strikeouts, allowing only 1 hit and 1 2/3 inning of work.
And the control's been the only issue for Bono. He's been hitting his spots. He's been hard to touch.
He clips his ball to Nabro on pitches. So here's pitch number 45. 46.
Count misses high for the 46th pitch of the at-bat. Another fastball from Bono. Certainly sticking to what he's comfortable with and just slipping in one of those breaking balls every now and again to confuse the hitters. Nasty strikeout on Chris O'Neill. The curveball right down the pipe after 3 fastballs. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, going back is Brunson. Sprinting over to home plate is Walker Paz, who's going to slide in for the A's first run of the contest. All runners advance station to station, putting Collier Rutledge on second and Connor Donahue on third. So 3-1, A's are on the board after the wild pitch.
And the thing is, that pitch wasn't even that too crazy. Ortiz just didn't get a handle on it. Apologies, Vasquez just didn't get a handle on it. And unfortunately, that's how the runs are going to score.
So the count is 2-1. The score is 3-1. And Brunson, a single into the outfield, could tie the game. Brunson represents the go-ahead run with a 2-1 count and 2 outs already for Bono and the Jacks. Bono deals. Fastball high, and it's 3-1. In danger of loading the bases.
Bono's only thrown 7 out of the 9 batters he's faced. 7 of those batters were first pitch strikes, but struggling here now.
3-1 the count, 2 on, 2 outs. Brunson calls time. Kind of adjusting himself there, but maybe a little bit of mind games, trying to psych out the pitcher, who's already struggling to close out this inning. 1 run already home. And Brunson has got a big hitter's count. 3-1. Outside, ball 4. And Tavis Brunson will take the free base.
Still no one in either bullpen. JJ sitting on the dugout for the Jacks. Finally gets up, and I think he's going to go get some guys trotting out there soon.
Eddie McCabe with his second at bat on the day. Singled back in the 5th, but came to no avail as Bono would strike out the next 2 batters. He's got the bases loaded, as was the situation with Brunson. A poke into the outfield could tie it up. First pitch to McCabe is cut on and fouled back, kind of dragged it towards the backstop. Way out in front of the pitch in the dirt. A great start to the at-bat from Michael Bono, getting McCabe to go fishing.
The Canadians need to take this opportunity to take the lead. This may be where their first win could come from. They can take advantage here.
It's the best opportunity they have had. Most base runners they've put on the bags so far today. Before this, they only had Colton Traeger on third with that triple. And there's some damage done. Extra base hit going into the gap from McCabe. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Brunson is rounding third. The throw is cut off, rolling towards the shortstop. And that is a stand-up, bases clearing double. And just like that, the Canada A's have taken the lead 4-3. Thanks to a huge 2-out double from Eddie McCabe.
It was providential. Clearing or cutting between the right fielder and center fielder all the way to the wall off the Green Dragon sign out there. And as you said, bases clearing double. And finally, the A's are out in front and still have some life in them.
Colton Kendrick, a strikeout victim in his first appearance to Bono, looking to continue this trend for the A's. A runner on second in scoring position as that is drilled high in the air, deep into right center field. Going back, looking up, goodbye! Colton Kendrick crushes that baseball as the A's, a 6-run rally and a 2-run blast for Colton Kendrick. They're doubling up on the Jacks right now. 6-3 is your score.
That was an absolute moonshot. Off the bat, you could hear the A's dugout cheering. I heard one guy say, "It's gone," and it is, in fact, gone.
Yeah, we're not going to see that baseball again. And Colton Kendrick hitting a 90-mile-per-hour fastball from Bono over the Green Dragon sign in right center field. Steve Bronack is going to send over those stats as Chris O'Neill swings at strike 1. You're looking to get that information on what could be the biggest home run of the season so far.
Especially for the A's, they've been 0-3 thus far in the California Winter League.
And O'Neill pops that up down the right field line, and Kean loses it in the sun. Bounces off his glove. The errant catch trails into the bullpen, and O'Neill is held up at second base on the error. And just like that, the Canada A's have batted around.
And that one you got to get. O'Neill was able to advance to second. That ball landing, or was made contact with in fair territory, and then rolled all the way over to the fences in foul territory. So O'Neill, lucky break, and the A's continue here.
So Walker Paz will start things up. Surprisingly, that's not the longest home run of the year, just 10 feet behind Blake Porter's 388-foot blast. Exit velo of 88.8 miles an hour. Or actually, that was the pitch speed. Exit velocity was 88.9, so not too far off as Walker Paz, the man who started the rally, is back again at the plate. He walked earlier this inning, and now has Chris O'Neill on second base.
Absolutely incredible inning here for the A's.
This could be exactly what they need, as the pass ball will send Chris O'Neill to third.
I thought it hit Paz for a second as that ball jumped down. I think it hit off of Vasquez's glove and then straight down. Vasquez lost it. O'Neill with the situational awareness and snags third on the pass ball.
So Michael Bono just needs to get one batter out. Already let up 6 runs as Boz flings his bat at it, sends it into the stands in left field, 2-1. 6 innings is tied now. 6 runs in the inning is tied now for the most scored in a single inning with the Jacks. They hung 6 on the Grizzly back on opening day. 2-1 count, fastball high, 3-1, and Pods could walk twice in this inning.
Bono will be charged with all 6 runs that come across. The runner at third, O'Neill, would not be an earned run as it was an error on Kean down the first base line if he does find a way to score.
3-1 cut on a miss. That fills up the count, 3-2.
Bono just needs to get out of this inning here. But give credit to the A's where they took advantage here.
And Walker Paz underneath the high heater from Bono. He needs one more strike to get out of a bad inning. And that is low and away. And for the second time in the frame, Walker Paz will head to first base. And they really are just trying to let Bono get this third out. I'm honestly surprised they haven't rolled the inning over yet.
Finally, there's someone in the bullpen for the Jacks. It looks like it's A.J. Shaw.
Number 36, Connor
Had
Donahue.
the save for the Jacks in their second victory. He might be in a different role today. Kind of just finish things off as Connor Donahue, who also walked and scored earlier this inning, is heading up to the plate. Breaking ball from Bono, misses outside, count 1-0.
After Donahue, Bono was able to get 2 strikeouts and then everything fell apart.
It looked like he was going to come out of the inning unscathed after Donahue, but then a couple more walks, a double and a home run. An error, and then another walk. Now looking to do the same on Donahue here. Paz thinks about heading to second base, but it's a strike called to Donahue on the inside corner. Donahue 2 for 6 on the season with 1 walk. One of those hits was a double and 1 strikeout. 1-1 the count, 2 away, 2 on. Cut on a miss, strike 2. A breaking ball from Bono, fooling Donahue as he was expecting some heat. Chris O'Neill sits on third. Walker Paz taking a big lead off of first base. 1-2 the count.
This is the third time that Bono has got the count to 2 strikes but has failed to exit the inning.
1-2 pitch, Paz going. That's drilled into left field by Donahue. Giving chase and not able to get it. Letting it hit off the wall is Vaughn Jr. O'Neill scores. Paz scores from first. It's another double for Connor Donahue and 2 more runs for the A's. 2-run double by Connor Donahue, and it is 8-3. The Canada A's are pouring it on here in the top of the 6th.
When it rains, it pours, and JJ's coming out. I think that's going to be it for Bono. He goes and gets 2 strikeouts, but is just a victim to that elusive third out. So it looks like A.J. Shaw is going to come on in.
A.J. Shaw should replace Michael Bono, who is still on tap for the runner on second base. Finishes his game with 1 2/3 innings, 7 earned runs, 8 runs total. As on comes left-hander A.J. Shaw. We'll be right back with more California Winter League Baseball. Shaw back on the hill, making his third appearance. 2 innings pitched, 1 earned run allowed, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 1 save. Had that save, but did give up a run, almost allowed a Palm Springs Chill comeback back on the Sunday game against Palm Springs. Let up 1 run in that ninth and earned the save in a 4-3 win over the Chill. First pitch to Fukuda's fouled away. And a errant pitch holds Donahue on third. Good block by Omar Ortiz-Vasquez to make the stop. Fukuda 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out earlier in the inning. Looking to extend this 2-out rally. A massive, massive 2-out rally that has put the A's in a commanding lead. Breaking ball misses outside, even up in the count at 1-1. Shaw, out of Topeka, Kansas, 23 years old, spent 2 years at Johnson Community College, throws 3 pitches, none of them hitting the strike zone right now as the count is 3-1. A fastball, curveball, and changeup come out of the left-hander. Is currently the only player with a save. As that one bounces low. Wild pitch will send Donahue to third base. And the walk puts Fukuda on first.
I'm very surprised that Jimmy Johnson has not elected to roll this inning over. He's going to continue to let these guys play it out.
So Aaron Ushery, with his second at bat in the inning, was the last player to record an out. He struck out looking. The last strikeout victim of Michael Bono. Bono, 5 strikeouts as Ortiz-Vasquez chucks it to first base.
An unbelievable inning by the A's. Way to score 8 runs. A pickoff attempt at first. He's safe.
4 walks and 3 hits allowed in this inning for Michael Bono. 4 hits allowed in total. He had a great first inning of work. A single and 3 strikeouts. But after walking Travius Ford, it all kind of fell apart. Another walk after him, then the double and a home run. An error, a walk, and another double ended Michael Bono's day. Shaw's first pitch to Ushery is in there for a strike over the heart of the plate at the knees of the A's left fielder. 0 for 3 on the day. Only player who has yet to be substituted for Canada. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. The 0-1. Hit on the ground right to the shortstop Sanchez, and it takes a bad bounce. Knocks off Sanchez's shoulder going into center field. Donahue will score from third, giving another run to Michael Bono and completing his book. We'll have that in a second. And the score is now 9-3.
Yeah, that's a tough break. That's out number 3 right there, but unfortunately, there'll be runners on the corner again.
So Ushery is on base for the first time. And that will bring up Collier Rutledge, his second at bat of the inning. He walked and scored. And now A.J. Shaw sends the first pitch, and it's a ball to Rutledge. 2 runners on now. On third base is Walker Paz, and on first is Ushery.
Canada's have had 15 quality at-bats thus far, most of them coming this inning. Donahue has 2, Colton Traeger, Kendrick, McCabe with 2, O'Neill, Paz with 2, Brunson, Fukuda with 2, Kimbrough, Rutledge, and Ushery.
And a pitch in the dirt. Ushery thinking really hard about trying to advance to second base, but he will stay put on first. It's Fukuda on third, Ushery on first base, and a 2-1 count. Still with 2 outs to Collier Rutledge. A round and a half went the A's this inning, and Shaw spikes it into the dirt. 3-1 the count.
The opposing side, the Lumberjacks have only had 9 quality at-bats. That's 50% of the at-bats they've had. That's Vasquez, Fontana, Giambalvo, Kazemka, McKinney, Russ, Russo, Baker, and Blow.
3-1 pitch is a strike, just clipping the inside corner, filling up the count. And it's a full count with 2 away. 2 runners on. Runner goes. Big hop over to second baseman. That's fielded by Kean. Underhand flip. And that will do it for the inning. But again, it's certainly done as A.J. Shaw finishes off the inning. 9 runs come home on 3 hits. 2 are stranded. We are heading into the bottom of the 6th in a completely different ballgame. The Canada A's have a 6-run lead. So Kyle Armsworthy now in line for the win. Bounces the ball in the dirt. Rolls past Andres Mendoza. It was taking the place in the batting order of Kadrian Russ. A nice hit to start off the inning, but that one to the right fielder. And making the grab for the out is Tavis Brunson. So my color commentator's namesake flies out in the bottom half of the 6th. That'll bring up Adrian Sanchez.
Gotta ask him if he spells it the same way as me.
First pitch, a strike to Sanchez. Count 0-1.
The ball goes all the way to center field on the throwback. So again, 9-3, the A's just absolutely blowing that inning wide open in the 6th. And only an inning and a half left to play.
Hit off the end of the bat, but hard enough to soar a fly ball out of play. Count 0-2. Sanchez getting his first cuts after Dickey went 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and scored a run. Sanchez has some experience pitching as well already, and he takes the inside fastball, but his mistake. Kyle Armsworthy, strikeout number 2. He's in line for the victory, and now has 2 outs with his second strikeout.
Now batting, number 10, Greg Vaughn Jr.
And Greg Vaughn Jr. We headed the Frontier League once again, as he takes the first pitch for a strike in his first at bat. Been in the outfield for a pair of innings, though. Playing in left field tonight.
He's another one with a very interesting bat. Very burnt or stained at the top.
Just a lot of pine tar, I think. Hit sharply to third base. O'Neill fields it on a short hop, fires across the diamond for the out. And a 1-2-3 inning after that 9 spot put on by the A's. So a great 6th inning, top to bottom, for the Canada A's. They head into 7th with a 9-run lead. A.J. Shaw returns to the mound for the Jacks after an inning and 2/3 by Michael Bono finished up in disaster for Oregon. He ends up in line for the loss. 4 hits allowed, 9 runs, 8 earned, 4 walks, but 5 strikeouts after he had a phenomenal 5th inning. 3 strikeouts. All 5 outs recorded by Bono were via the punch-out, so some bright spots there. But the Jacks just could not handle the barrage of Canada A's, each of whom batted at least once in that 6th inning. Tavis Brunson
number 22,
is going to lead off the top half of the 7th after a walk and a run scored in that last inning. Skied into the air on the third base side. Sanchez and the third baseman Fontana are near it. Sanchez makes the grab for the first down.
Crazy how this game started. Matt Jobs for the A's couldn't get in a single out and let 3 runs score, 2 of those earned on 18 pitches. And now the A's have the lead.
Now batting, number 15, Eddie
I'll bring up
McKay.
Eddie McCabe, the third baseman, who started the party with a bases clearing double. 3 runs batted in on the double back in the 6th inning. That gave the A's a lead, and they did not look back. Walker Paz had already scored on a wild pitch as the 1-0 misses outside 2-0. McCabe is 2 for 2 on the day, with a single in the 5th as well, so he's having himself a good ball game and a big part of what could be the A's first win of the season. They're the only team without a victory so far, standing at 0-3. As Shaw's fastball misses outside to make the count 3-0. It was McCabe, and then it was Kendrick, the man in the on-deck circle, who got things going. As McCabe fouls that one off. Not sure why he's swinging on a 3-0 pitch when you're up by 6. That kind of thing would really anger Tony La Russa.
See here? McCabe's 2 for 2. Got a single and a double.
And now we'll walk. Eddie McCabe heads to first base for the 3rd time with a free pass by A.J. Shaw, his second.
Now
We'll
batting,
bring up
number
the
32.
home run hero, Colton Kendrick,
Kendrick.
1 for 2 with a strikeout.
And we've really solidified that lead for them here.
That was really the backbreaker for Michael Bono. 378-foot moonshot into right center field. Breaking ball just clips the outside corner to Kendrick for strike one. 0-1 the count to him. McCabe, no steals on the season just yet, but has some speed over at first base. Fastball high and outside, but catch in the corner for strike two. Shaw living on the outside corner in this lefty-lefty matchup. And another difference between lefties and right-handers. The hitters, left-handed hitters, like inside pitches, not so much on, or like outside pitches, not so much on the inside. You can see there as Colton Kendrick wanted no part of that inside curveball. He's down looking, down on strikes for the second time. First strikeout of the day for A.J. Shaw, and that will bring up Chris O'Neill with 1 on and 2 away.
O'Neill's looking for a base hit here. He's 0 for 2 thus far.
9-3 the score for the A's. McCabe dancing towards the second base bag. And O'Neill is ahead of the count 1-0. Shaw working quickly from the stretch, takes a peek at first base, fires the fastball in. And O'Neill cuts and misses 1-1.
O'Neill struck out his first time looking, then reached on the error down the first base line by the then shortstop or current second baseman Keane.
O'Neill, the only unearned run on Michael Bono's book. As that one misses outside, count 2-1. Ortiz Vasquez making sure Eddie McCabe is staying on first base. 2-1. That is hammered down the left field line, but well foul into the batting cages out in left field. Count is even up at 2-2. Second two-strike count for Chris O'Neill. A.J. Shaw looking to close out the inning. 1 on, 2 outs, a 2-2 count. And Deuces Wild on the scoreboard. 2 on with 2 outs. The 2-2. Curveball high. Ortiz Vasquez back picks to first. And Eddie McCabe is in there safely. But the count runs full on O'Neill. Shaw trying to end off this inning so the Jacks can get their last hacks. Payoff pitch. Instead, it's a pickoff attempt. The B move coming from Shaw, but did enough to keep McCabe on first base. We'll go with the payoff again. Fastball launched high into the air into shallow center field. Adrian Sanchez on the run, leaves it for Baker, who makes the one-handed catch while blocking out the sun. So that will do it for the top of the 7th inning. 1 stranded, no hits, no runs, and a lot of work for the Jacks as they trail 9-3 heading into the final frame. Nick Jimbalvo will lead off the last licks for the Jacks, but they have a 6-run deficit, and Aaron Ushery will come on to pitch for the Canada A's. Ushery really showing his utility as Jimbalvo hammers that down the line, and that is just foul.
Yeah, about 6 inches off the line.
If that.
Ushery has pitched before. Pitched on Sunday against the Grizzlies. He got 1 inning and only 1 strikeout.
No runs, no hits allowed, though, for Aaron Ushery, 23 years old. Shares the same birthday with me.
There you go.
I'm not going to tell you what that day is. 1-1 the count to Jimbalvo. I'm just not a big birthday guy.
I feel
It's
that.
never been my thing. You know, it's nice to go out with some friends, but
Oh, for sure. I don't think. When was the last time I had a birthday party? Can't remember.
I have a twin brother. I let him celebrate the
There
birthdays.
you go.
Fouled back into the stands by Jimbalvo.
Let him handle the stuff that you don't want to deal with.
Oh, yeah. I was working for the Cyclones, and we had a game on our birthday one year.
Mhm.
My brother came out to visit, so I told the PA announcer to just announce my brother's birthday. He knew that we were twins.
Oh, boy.
And the 1-2 from Ushery, after that I'll finish off the story, is that is skied into the air, foul into the Jacks bullpen. So when he announced it, Rick Rosetto's the PA announcer's name. Great man. And he announced, "Want to wish a happy birthday to Adam Sperber, not Josh."
That's amazing.
One of my favorite memories from my time with the Cyclones. 1-2 the count to Jimbalvo as Ushery deals. Just missing the outside corner with a breaking ball. Count evens up at 2-2. Now I really celebrate my birthday, but by having a glass of whiskey, making myself a steak,
There you
and
go.
watching a Marvel movie.
Who needs cake when you got steak?
Both would be great.
Well, yesterday we went out and had quite the towering dessert you had yesterday.
That
Dessert and meal.
I had a great sandwich and a slice of cake from Sherman's.
Oh, one of our sponsors as well.
Oh yeah, they are one of our sponsors because their food is just incredible.
Incredible.
A piled high deli sandwich is that one misses outside. Count 3-2.
Like 4 sandwiches stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, probably more than that. I mean, I think it was technically like a triple-decker sandwich, but man.
You need a permit to build those sandwiches that high.
Let me tell you, this is coming from the New Yorker. That is NY Deli quality over at Sherman's. Full count, and that is going to be headed foul again. So that's going to be pitch number 8 in the at-bat. Longest at-bat of the day, as Jimbalvo really fighting for his and the Jacks' life at the plate. I'd love to keep talking about how good the food at Sherman's is, but
tomorrow we'll have another broadcast.
I need to focus on the game, or else I'm going to start eating things. Payoff pitch is grounded sharply to first base, fielded by Kendrick. Underhand flip to Ushery, who speeds to the bag for the out. Bobbled a bit by Colton Kendrick, and Aaron Ushery wins the battle and the race to the base. A 9-pitch at bat, and 1 out.
Yeah, Kendrick with a backhand stab. Didn't pick it cleanly, but again, it's important to keep that ball in front of you. And now Ushery's 2 outs away from ending it here and putting the Canada A's finally in the win column.
Drew Thomas earning his second at bat of the day. Flew out in the 4th. 2 outs separate the A's from their first win. And Aaron Ushery out here to close it off as the fastball misses high, count 1-0. A lot of position players pitch in this league. There's some guys that have it listed as pitchers as well, like Omar Ortiz-Vasquez, the Jacks catcher. But Ushery, not one of those guys listed as a pitcher. Still throwing, and pretty well. Some good off-speed stuff. There's a curveball that catches the inside part of the plate, evening up the count at 1-1.
He's at least recorded 4 consecutive outs since his last outing, not allowing any hits, walks, and only 1 strikeout in 1 inning pitched.
1-1 pitch is skied in the air, and that's going to land in the stands and foul.
Look out.
Heads up to a couple of fans in the right field section. Doesn't hit him in the head, but they can go home with a souvenir or turn it in to our concession stand on the third base side for a free bag of popcorn.
I got my bag right next to me. Got a ball, turned it in.
I'm going to be right back because I'm going to go over there and steal that ball from the fans and get some popcorn.
I can't do it now. She just got cheered for.
That's why I want to steal it. No, I would never actually do that. Foul back into the netting by Thomas.
That netting wasn't
Yeah,
there.
one
You
and
probably
two.
did a good play there.
After I saw that Texas A&M broadcaster make the catch while calling himself make the catch, that is all I want to do in my broadcast career.
It have to be a little bit higher than that.
That's a dream. It could work. Let me have this. Pitch inside, misses, count 2-2. Pitch number 6 on the way for Usher as he trots back to the mound.
Speaking of making catches and having food at the ballpark, come out and enjoy some California Winter League baseball. Tickets available online or at the front gate.
Drilled into the gap by Thomas, and that is going to bounce right in front of the track, scooped up by the right fielder in Tavis Brunson. Andrew Thomas is on second base with a one-out double. Standing up, going into second base, a good piece of hitting by Thomas.
There's some life here.
I smell a comeback.
That's quite the comeback.
It would be pretty insane.
We only play 7 innings. We don't go into extras. It'd be weird to see if we get that Frontier new rule, Frontier League rule in here.
I don't think they'll try that out this soon, but Chris Baker is going to head to the plate with a runner on second base in his second at bat. He reached on an error and swiped second back in the 5th inning. Baker's got a runner in scoring position with 1 out as the fastball just misses high, count 1-0.
So that's the first hit allowed by Ushery in his California Winter League pitching career.
Baker 1 for 6 on the year. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 2 runs scored. As the pitch is outside, count 2-0. So Colton Traeger, though he was batted for back in the 6th inning by Walker Paz, still behind the plate as he is going to step out to the mound, calm down his utility man that is on the mound, showing off his pitching arm. Ushery's got great range at shortstop and in the outfield. Leads to a solid pitch mix as well in his second relief appearance. 2-0 the count to Baker. Taking a short lead off second is Drew Thomas. Baker hacks at it and sends it over the netting and out of play. Count 2-1.
One of these days, one of those foul balls is going to come to the booth. I just know it. I got a feeling.
I'm waiting. I've seen a foul ball break a computer.
Oh, yeah, I've
I
seen
don't
that
want
too.
that to happen to mine. And just as I say it, that's definitely going to happen.
Let's hope not.
Yeah. 2-1. Inside, gets behind Traeger, so the wild pitch will send Thomas over to third base and move the count up to 3-1.
Here's a trivia question for you, baseball fans. If the pitcher makes an error and a run scores, is that an unearned run or a run because the pitcher made the error? Quite the thinker.
We'll have the answer on tomorrow's broadcast. Maybe. Baker's on first base with a walk. We've still got a couple of outs, so you might hear it later today. Now batting Ortiz Vasquez. 2 flyouts in his 2 previous plate appearances. Another utility man who could pitch. Catcher, a third baseman, and a pitcher. All positions we've seen him play in his now 4 games at the sticks for the Jacks. 2 on, 1 out. Ushery sends the fastball high, count 1-0.
If I was Usher, I'd be aiming towards the bottom of the zone, trying to get them to roll over a ground ball, double play, go home with the W.
Double play would end the game off, and in play with the speedy Baker on first base. He's taking a massive lead off first. We'll see if Traeger lets him get second base. He does. And it's a 2-0 count now to Ortiz Vasquez.
Call that a defensive indifference. Not sure if I'd give him the stolen base there.
Actually, you're probably right. Traeger watching Baker get on second base. 2 on, 2 in scoring position is a wave and a miss from Vasquez.
Huge swing. Feel the breeze?
It's like a fan up in the press box. Looking for a fastball, found a breaker. And Ushery has the first strike of the at-bat, 2-1. Double play now not an option. And that is hit on a line into center field, and that's going to drop in left for a base hit. Hailed over towards Kimbrough in left field, and scoring easily from third base is Drew Thomas. So 9-4 the score. Baker advances to third, and an RBI single for Omar Ortiz Vasquez.
Now batting.
That's how it could get started here for the Jacks, fighting back. They will not go down quietly. Only 1 out again. Double play is in order again. We'll see if Vasquez decides to run for a stolen base or another defensive indifference.
And Danny Fontana is heading up to the plate. He is hitless so far in now 5 at-bats. Or 4 at-bats. Walked and was hit by a pitch, so he's reached base twice. As he sends the first pitch off the end of his bat and out of play. Going into the park right next to the stadium. 0-1 the count. First time we've seen a first pitch strike on a batter since Nick Gimbalvo led off the inning. But no one in the A's bullpen. So the utility man, Aaron Ushery, should finish off this game. 0-1 pitch, and a runner goes on to second base, launched into foul territory, very high. Mask comes off, and it's Connor Donahue actually that's behind the plate, and caught on a bounce by a lucky fan.
Loudest cheer we've seen since probably the home run.
So 0-2 now to Danny Fontana. And Ushery has a nice pitcher's count. Moves from the first base side to the center of the rubber. Runners on the corners with 1 away. The 0-2 pitch. Going to second is the runner on first, Ortiz Vasquez, as that's lofted into center field. Tagging from third is Baker, who's sent in there standing on the sacrifice fly. So still no hits on the year for Danny Fontana, but RBI number 1 for the 19-year-old, and it's 9-5 in favor of the A's.
Now batting.
Trying to run for an out, but you're closer to the win here. So I'd trade that any day.
Certainly a trade Ushery will make, especially with the cushion. As Spencer Kean, the number 9 hitter now, will try and extend this game.
I believe Vasquez was taking off on the play as he takes a very large lead and takes off now.
And that is ripped down the left field line by Kean. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Heading to third, standing up is Ortiz Vasquez. Kean stumbles after a large turn around the bag, but luckily it's dropped by Eddie McCabe at second base. So that's just a loud and long single by Spencer Kean. And now there are runners on the corners as the lineup card flips over for Andres Mendoza.
Aaron Ushery needs to get his composure back here, allowing 2 big hits. Just play it simple.
2 on, 2 out. And Andres Mendoza, who flew out in his first appearance last time, as defensive indifference will give the base to Spencer Kean, who stumbles on his way to the bag.
And the fans give him a round of applause. Can you give an error on an offensive play?
We're going to let him have that one.
Hey, it looks like
I think he slid too early.
he slid real hard. The jersey is all covered in dirt.
1-0 the count to Mendoza. Now that one catches the outside corner. Count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, 2 out.
Sure, we're going to see more bloopers here. That's the second time he's fallen since he's been in the on the diamond.
They got to let me shag BP. All the bloopers.
You got to get not only just a reel for your broadcast career, but a blooper reel.
You can make broadcast blooper reels.
Yeah.
One of my good friends, Brittany Weir, now a reporter out in Roanoke, Virginia, had a lot of fun making her blooper reels when we were working together back at State College. 3-1 the count as Ushery is losing Mendoza with Adrian Sanchez on deck. 2 runners in scoring position for the Jacks. The 3-1. Cut on a miss. Strike 2. Mendoza reaching for it outside, and the breaking ball slipped his reach. So action on this pitch.
No one in the bullpen either. We're going to trust Ushery to end it here.
The payoff. And that bounces for ball 4, but the wild pitch is going to send Andres Mendoza home. Make it 9-6. So the Jacks within 3 with 2 outs. And they're having a little 2-out rally of their own.
Not sure if this now becomes a safe situation for Ushery. But definitely could be a blown call here, as they're going to have the manager come out and infield will come in for a short talk.
That's Paul Nochi going out on the mound. Long-time baseball man, over 25 years in this business, which management jobs all over independent league baseball.
Looks like that Ushery's going to be done, and I'm going to switch a pitcher here.
And I think that's Walker Paz coming to the mound for the final out.
Yep, looks like it's going to be Paz, and Ushery's probably going to go over to shortstop or second base.
So we will take a quick break while Walker Paz warms up for what could be the final out. 9-6 the score, but don't go anywhere. This inning's still got some juice. Walker Paz is on for his first pitching appearance, and he is coming in a big situation. The tying run at the plate and a save on the line for the primary shortstop. 2-on-2 violence as he gets Adrian Sanchez to swing, and it's no 1 count.
So Usher will move over to second and McCabe to short.
The 0-1 from Paz. Sanchez lets it go, and it just misses below the knees. Count 1-1.
Here, Sanchez, you're probably going to take all the way that you can, see what Paz has, see what he does.
Mendoza may be looking to take second base on defensive interference. He does not, or indifference, I should say, and that is a late strike call from the home plate umpire. Count 1-2.
Might be trying to help out Paz here.
So Walker Paz is 1 strike away from a 1-batter, 1-out save. Would be the second save of the season, and there it is. Wave and a whiff from Sanchez, and Walker Paz only needs to face 1 batter to get it done. So the Canada A's come back from 3 runs down with a 9-run 6th inning to hang their first victory of the season on the Lumberjacks.
A hard-fought victory indeed for the first win of the California Winter League for these Canada A's. And Walker Paz will earn the save. Arms worthy with the win. And Michael Bono will receive the loss.
Tomorrow.
So a big win for the Canada A's, and that will finish up the broadcast for today. But remember, folks, we got 2 games of California Winter League Baseball coming up every day from now until Super Bowl Sunday. Tomorrow we will continue the slate on Wednesday morning with these Jacks facing off against their opening day opponent, the first game of the season against the Alberta Grizzly. This time the Jacks will be the visiting team against the Grizzly. And then another opening day rematch. The Canada A's will come back and take on the Palm Springs Chill. First pitch will be at 10 a.m. between the Jacks and the Grizzlies. That will do it for our broadcast. Once again, big thanks to Steve Gronat giving us the stats from the flight scope down on the field. For Andres Mendoza and Mitch Glessner, I'm Josh Sperber. We will see you all tomorrow here on California Winter League's YouTube channel. We hope you guys have a great Tuesday night.